Some people think waking up between 3 and 5 in the morning is random. A biological accident. Your body being difficult. Something to fight against. To suppress with an extra pillow and the hope that sleep will take you back. But what if I told you that what you think is coincidence is actually an invitation? What if those moments when your eyes open in the darkness, when the world around you is silent and your heart is suddenly awake, what if that is Allah calling to you? Not through a voice you can hear with your ears, but through something far deeper. A stirring in your soul that you cannot explain and cannot ignore. This Ramadan might be your last. I don't say this to frighten you, but to wake you. Because every single one of us walks through life with an expiration date we cannot see. Every breath we take is a gift that could end at any moment. And yet, we live as though we have infinite tomorrows. We postpone, we delay. We tell ourselves that next year will be different. That next year will be different. That next Ramadan, we will be truly devoted, truly connected, truly alive in our faith. But what if there is no next year? What if the Ramadan you are in right now is the one that matters most? The one you will stand before Allah and wish you had lived differently. My beloved brothers and sisters, I want you to understand something profound in these first moments with me. You clicked on this video because somewhere deep inside you, there is a seeking in. There is a hunger that the world cannot fill. There is a part of you that knows there is something more than the endless scroll, more than the constant noise, more than the exhaustion of pretending you are content when your soul is screaming for meaning. You are here because you have felt it. That gentle tug at your heart, that whisper in the darkness that says there is more to your life than what you are currently living. And tonight, we are not talking about productivity. We are not talking about sleep schedules or morning routines. We are talking about why Allah wakes certain hearts when the world is asleep. We are talking about the spiritual revolution that happens in the silence. We are talking about becoming the person you were always meant to be. The person your soul recognizes, but your life has not yet become. There is something sacred about the night that the day can never touch. During the day, we are scattered. Our attention is divided into 1,000 pieces. Someone needs something from us. Our phone demands. Our presence, our responsibilities pull us in every direction. The day is a marketplace of distractions. And we are merchants trading our attention for nothing. But the night is different. The night is when the pretenses fall away. The night is when you are finally alone with yourself and alone with Allah. And in that aloneness, truth emerges. Think about the people in your life who seem to have something you don't have. They have a peace that doesn't make sense given their circumstances. They have a strength that they cannot explain. They have a connection to something greater that radiates from their being. Do you know what they have in common? Many of them have tasted the night. They have stood before Allah when no one was watching. They have cried when no one could hear them. They have made dua when the only witness was the one who created the heavens and the earth. And something in them shifted. Something in their relationship with Allah became real. But here is what breaks my heart. There are so many people who will never experience this. They will live their entire lives in the noise. They will never know what it feels like to have a moment that is entirely theirs, entirely with Allah, untouched by the judgment of others, untouched by the expectations of the world, untouched by the expectations of the world. They will die without ever truly knowing their Creator because they never sat in the silence long enough to listen. I want you to know something right now, in this very moment. If you are waking up in the last third of the night, if you are experiencing these moments of spiritual restlessness, this is not an accident. This is not your body betraying you. This is mercy. This is Allah saying to you, before the sun rises, before the world wakes, before you are pulled back into the current of life, let me remind you of who I am. Let me remind you of what matters. Let me give you a chance to choose differently. The loneliness of the night is not something to fear. It is something to understand. Because in that loneliness, you will find something that you cannot find anywhere else. You will find yourself. You will find the part of you that is not performing for anyone. The part of you that is not trying to impress anyone. The part of you that is genuinely seeking. And in finding yourself, you will find Allah. Because Allah does not dwell in the noise. He dwells in the silence. He dwells in the seeking. He dwells in the heart that turns to Him when no one else is watching. I have spoken to people who have changed their entire lives through the discipline of waking up in the night. People who were lost, people who were broken, people who were living lives that felt hollow and meaningless. And they tell me the same thing. They say, when I started to wake up in the last third of the night, something shifted in my soul. I began to see my life differently. I began to understand what matters and what does not matter. I began to feel the presence of Allah in a way that made everything else seem small. This is what happens when you stop resisting the call and start listening to it. When you wake up in the night, your first instinct might be to fight it, to try to fall back asleep, to wonder why your body is betraying you. But what if you tried something different? What if the next time you wake up, you simply sat there for a moment? You let yourself be present. You felt the weight of the darkness around you and the silence that fills it. You thought about your life, about your regrets, about the person you want to become. You thought about Allah. And then if you are able, you stood up and you prayed. The difference between the sleeper and the seeker is not intelligence. It is not education. It is not privilege. It is simply this. The seeker gets up when called, and the sleeper pulls the blanket over their head. And I am not being harsh when I say this, because I have been both. I have been the one who ignored the call. I have been the one who chose comfort over connection, and I can tell you from the experience of living both ways that there is no comparison. The life of the seeker is harder, yes, but it is alive in a way that the life of the sleeper can never be. This Ramadan is offering you something precious. It is offering you a door. Behind that door is a version of yourself that you have not yet met. It is a version of you that is deeply connected to Allah, that understands the purpose of your life, that lives with intention and meaning. But you have to walk through the door. You have to choose to wake up. You have to choose to listen when the call comes. The mercy of being woken up in the middle of the night is something that Allah gives to those He loves. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that the night is the time when hearts are closest to Allah. This is not just poetic language, this is a spiritual reality. In the night, the veil is thin. In the night, the distractions fall away. In the night, your soul has the opportunity to communicate with your Creator in a way that is not possible during the day. Think about what the night represents spiritually. It represents hardship. It represents difficulty. It represents the struggle that every soul must face to come closer to Allah. And yet it also represents hope, because after the darkest night comes the sunrise. After the hardship comes relief. This is the pattern in life, and this is the pattern in spirituality. The people who wake up in the night are essentially choosing to enter the darkness voluntarily, not to stay there, but to find the light that exists within that darkness. I am speaking to someone right now who is tired. You are tired of pretending. You are tired of living a life that does not match your values. You are tired of feeling empty despite having everything that the world says should make you happy. And somewhere deep inside, you know that there is more. You know that you are capable of more. You know that your life can mean more than this, but you do not know how to make the change. You do not know where to begin. Begin here, begin. Tonight, when you lie down to sleep, make an intention. When you lie down to sleep, make an intention. Tell Allah that you want to wake up. Tell Him that you want to be among those who remember Him in the night, and then trust that He will make it easy for you. Because the amazing thing about Allah is that He responds to intention. He responds to sincerity. If your heart genuinely wants to change, if you genuinely want to come closer to Him, then He will open doors for you that you cannot even imagine right now. The softening of the heart happens in the quiet moments. It happens when you stop running, stop distracting yourself, stop filling every silence with noise. It happens when you finally sit alone with yourself and you allow yourself to feel what you have been trying not to feel. It happens when you cry tears that you have been holding back for years. It happens when you finally admit that you cannot do this alone, that you need help, that you need Allah. And in those moments, something remarkable occurs. The walls that you have built around your heart, the defenses that you have constructed to protect yourself from pain, they begin to crumble. And you realize that these walls were never protecting you. They were imprisoning you. And when you finally let them fall, you feel more vulnerable than you have ever felt. And yet, you also feel more free. This is the paradox of spiritual awakening. To become strong, you must become soft. To become wise, you must become humble. To become free, you must submit. This is so opposite to everything the world teaches us. The world tells us to build walls, to be tough, to never show vulnerability. But the spiritual path teaches us the opposite. And those who have walked this path know that it is the truth. They know that the moment they stopped trying to control everything and started surrendering to Allah, their lives changed. Your Ramadan this year does not have to be like your Ramadans before. You do not have to repeat the same patterns. You do not have to spend the month going through the motions, fasting during the day, maybe praying Taraweeh, but not really changing. This year, you can be different. This year, you can use this month as a launching pad for a completely different life. But it requires intention. It requires sacrifice. It requires you to say no to some things so that you can say yes to the things that truly matter. The feeling of being lost is not something to be ashamed of. It is something that many spiritual seekers experience before they find their way. You feel lost because the path that society has laid out for you does not lead where your soul needs to go. You feel lost because you are trying to follow a map that was not written for you, and in that lostness, there is actually hope because a lost person can be found. But a person who thinks they know where they are going, when they are actually going in the wrong direction, that person is in real danger. So if you are feeling lost right now, celebrate it, because it means you are waking up. It means you are beginning to realize that something is not right. It means you are ready to turn around and head in a different direction. And the good news is that Allah is waiting for you to turn around. He is not angry at you. He is not disappointed in you. He is simply waiting with infinite patience and infinite mercy for you to come back. But waking up is only the beginning, because what you do in those moments, the moments when you wake up in the night and you are finally alone with yourself and alone with Allah, what you do in those moments can change your entire life. And this is where we transition into understanding what actually happens when you seize these precious hours. This is where the real transformation begins. The night prayer, Tahajjud, is not mentioned in the Quran as an obligation. It is voluntary. It is voluntary. And yet, the Quran speaks about it in such a way that makes you understand that this is something precious. This is something that Allah truly loves. The Quran describes those who pray tahajjud as having a special relationship with Allah. It says that they sleep only a part of the night and that they spend the other part in prayer. It describes them as people who are constantly seeking forgiveness, constantly remembering Allah, constantly turning back to Him. And here is something that I want you to really understand. Tahajjud is not about being superhuman. It is not about being superhuman. It is not about waking up every single night and praying for hours. Tahajjud can be just a few minutes of prayer. It can be a short surah from the Quran. It can be some dhikr, some remembrance of Allah. The point is not the quantity. The point is the quality of your connection. The point is that you have chosen to use this time, this sacred time when the world is asleep, to be with Allah. I have found that when people first start waking up in the night, they often approach it with a sense of obligation, as if they have to perform for Allah, as if they have to prove their devotion. But this is a misunderstanding. Allah does not need your prayers. He does not need your remembrance. He is not keeping score. He is not comparing how much you pray to how much someone else prays. What Allah wants is your heart. He wants you to turn to Him with sincerity. He wants you to seek Him because you genuinely want to be closer to Him. Not because you think you should, not because you think it will earn you points, but because your soul is genuinely hungry for His presence. This is the kind of prayer that changes lives. This is the kind of prayer that transforms you from the inside out. When you pray with this kind of sincerity, when you stand before Allah with nothing to hide, nothing to prove, just a raw and honest heart, something shifts. Allah sees you. Allah knows you. And Allah begins to open doors in your life that you did not even know were there. The last third of the night is when the door between the heavens and the earth is said to be closest to opening. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that Allah descends to the lowest heaven in the last third of the night, and He calls out, asking if anyone is seeking forgiveness, if anyone is seeking the forgiveness, if anyone is making dua, if anyone is calling upon Him. And then He responds to them. This is not mythology. This is not spiritual poetry. This is the description of a divine reality that Muslims have believed in for nearly 1,500 years. And if this is true, and I believe it is true, then why would you not wake up? Why would you not take advantage of this moment when Allah Himself is closest to you, when He Himself is inviting you to ask for what you need? If a president said that he would be available for just 3 hours in the middle of the night to hear the requests of his people, people would wake up. People would show up. People would make sure they did not miss this opportunity. And yet here we have the creator of the universe, the one who can change your entire life, the one who can forgive everything that you have done, the one who can heal your broken heart and transform your circumstances. And most of us sleep through His invitation. This is the wake-up call, not the biological one, but the spiritual one. This is the moment where you have to decide what you truly believe. Do you believe that Allah is real? Do you believe that Allah is real? Do you believe that He is close to you? Do you believe that He hears you? If you do, then it is time to start acting like it. It is time to start prioritizing your relationship with Him above everything else. It is time to start using the time that He has given you to connect with Him. When you make dua in the last third of the night, something happens that is different from dua at other times. Your dua becomes a conversation rather than a request. You are not just asking Allah for things. You are actually talking to Him, sharing with Him, pouring out your heart to Him. You tell Him about your fears, your doubts, your hopes, your dreams. You ask Him for forgiveness for the things you have done. You ask Him to help you become better. You ask Him to guide you. And in this conversation, you will find that Allah is responding to you. The response might not come in the form that you expected. It might not come immediately. But you will start to notice things. You win. I'll start to see signs in your life that Allah is listening. You will start to experience coincidences that feel too perfect to be coincidences. You will start to see doors opening. You will start to feel a sense of direction returning to your life. And all of this will have started with a moment in the night when you decided to wake up and talk to Allah. I want to speak to someone very specifically right now. You are someone who has made mistakes. You have done things that you deeply regret. You have hurt people that you love. You have disappointed yourself. And you are carrying shame and guilt. You are carrying the weight of your past, and it is crushing you. You have tried to move on, but you cannot. Every time you think about what you have done, the pain returns. Every time you see the people you have hurt, the guilt overwhelms you. I want you to know that this is exactly the kind of burden that dua in the night can lift. Because in the night, when there is silence and there is darkness, Allah invites you to pour out everything. He invites you to be completely honest about who you are, about what you have done, about how much you have failed, and He invites you to ask for forgiveness. And here is the most important thing that I can tell you. Allah forgives. He does not just forgive. He loves to forgive. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that Allah's mercy encompasses all things. He said that Allah's mercy is greater than His wrath. Think about what this means. Think about the most shameful thing that you have ever done. Imagine the worst version of yourself. Imagine the moment when you felt the deepest regret. And now imagine being able to go to Allah and say, I have done this. I have been this person, and I am asking you to forgive me. And then imagine the feeling of being forgiven. Not forgiven by the person you hurt, because that might be complicated, but forgiven by Allah, by the one who created you, by the one who loves you more than anyone else could ever love you. This forgiveness is available to you right now, not next year, not after you have gotten your life together, not after you have become a better person. Right now, in this moment, with all of your imperfections and all of your failures, Allah is offering you forgiveness. And all you have to do is ask. All you have to do is wake up, sit alone with Allah, and ask. There is something about silent tears that the world does not understand. When you cry, and there is no one there to see you, when your tears are falling only in the presence of Allah, something sacred happens. Your tears become a kind of dua. They become a way of communicating something to Allah that words cannot express. They become a purification. They become a release. And after your tears have fallen, after you have finally let out what you have been holding in, you will feel lighter. You will feel as though something has been lifted from you. I am speaking to the women and men who have been suppressing their emotions for so long. You have been told to be strong, to not cry, to not show vulnerability. You have been holding it all in, and it is exhausting you. You are exhausted from the effort of keeping it together. You are exhausted from pretending that everything is fine when it is not fine, and you need permission to fall apart. I am giving you that permission. If you wake up in the night and you feel the urge to cry, to pour out your heart, to let yourself feel everything that you have been avoiding, do it. Do not be ashamed. This is what these sacred hours are for. Life transformation does not happen because you suddenly become a different person. It happens gradually through small choices that you make repeatedly. It happens when you wake up one day and you realize that, you are not the same person that you were a year ago. You do not know exactly when the change happened, but you know that something fundamental has shifted inside you. And usually, this shift can be traced back to a decision that you made. A decision to prioritize something that matters. A decision to stop compromising on what you truly believe. A decision to connect with Allah in a way that you never had before. For many people, this decision is made in the night. In the silence and the darkness, they make a choice. They make a choice. They choose differently. And that one choice, repeated night after night, week after week, month after month, transforms their entire life. Because it is not about the individual act of prayer. It is about the fact that you are finally putting your intention where it matters. You are finally saying that Allah is my priority. You are finally reorganizing your life around what truly matters. And when you do this, everything else begins to align. Your relationships improve because you are coming from a place of greater peace. Your work becomes more meaningful because you have clarity about what you are working for. Your struggles become more bearable because you have a connection to something greater than yourself. Your purpose becomes clear because you have asked Allah to show you what He created you for. Your life becomes real because you have finally started to live it according to your own deepest values rather than according to what the world is demanding of you. Becoming closer to Allah is not about becoming less human. It is about becoming more human. It is about becoming the fullest version of yourself. It is about living with authenticity and integrity. It is about making choices that are in alignment with who you truly are and what you truly believe. It is about building a life that you do not have to hide from anyone. A life that you can be proud of, a life that means something. And the beautiful thing is that this life is available to you. It is not available only to certain people. It is not available only to those who were born into spiritual families or who have studied Islam extensively. It is available to you right now, exactly as you are. All you have to do is turn toward it. All you have to do is wake up when called. Change after Ramadan is not automatic. Just because Ramadan ends does not mean that you have to go back to your old life. You have a choice. You can choose to carry forward the changes that you have made during Ramadan. You can choose to maintain the habits that you have built. You can choose to continue waking up in the night and connecting with Allah. You can choose to live differently. This is the time to make that decision. This is the time to say to yourself, this year is going to be different. I am not going to let Ramadan pass me by. I am not going to waste this month. I am not going to reach the end of it and feel like it was just another Ramadan. I am going to use this month to change my life. And then when Ramadan ends, I will not go back to my old life because I will not be the same person anymore. My values will have changed. My priorities will have shifted. My connection with Allah will have deepened in a way that cannot be undone. But this requires a commitment. It requires you to say no to some things. It requires you to protect your time. It requires you to be intentional. It requires you to resist the cultural forces that want you to stay asleep, to stay numb, to stay distracted, because the world does not want you to wake up. The world wants you to be a productive member of society, generating value that you do not keep, accumulating things that you do not need, living a life that does not satisfy you. The world wants you to be asleep, but you are waking up. And see, His is your power. This is your revolution. This is where your transformation begins. Deep emotional reflection at this point in your journey involves looking at your life and asking yourself, where am I? Who have I become? Is this the person that I want to be? And if the answer is no, then the question becomes, who do I want to become? And the answer to that question will guide everything that you do during Ramadan. The answer to that question will be your North Star. Every time you are tempted to skip a prayer, every time you are tempted to skip a prayer, every time you are tempted to fill your time with something that does not serve you, spiritually, you will remember who you are trying to become. And it will be easier to make the right choice. Let me tell you something that you might not have considered. The version of yourself that you want to become is already inside of you. It is not something that you have to create. It is something that you have to uncover. It is like a sculpture that is already inside the stone, waiting for the artist to remove what does not belong. Your job during Ramadan is to start removing what does not belong. Your job during Ramadan, your job is to start revealing the person that you have always been underneath, the conditioning and the compromises and the distractions. And as you do this work, you will start to feel more alive. You will start to have more energy. You will start to wake up with a sense of purpose. You will start to move through your days with intention. You will start to feel like your life means something. You will start to feel like your life means something. And this is not because you have added more things to do. This is not because you have become busier. This is actually the opposite. You have become simpler. You have removed the unnecessary. You have focused on what truly matters. And in that focus, you have found clarity and meaning. This is the real wealth. This is the real success. Not the accumulation of things, but the clarity of purpose. Not the expansion of commitments, but the focusing of intention. This is what changes your life. And this is what happens when you wake up in the night and you connect with Allah. So here is what I want you to do tonight. When you go to sleep, before your head touches the pillow, make an intention. Say to Allah, "Oh Allah, I want to wake up. I want to connect with you. I want to become closer to you. I want to use this time that you've given me to transform my life." And then sleep with that intention in your heart. And trust that Allah will make it easy for you. Because Allah responds to sincere intention. And when you wake up in the night and you do not resist it. Do not try to go back to sleep. Instead, sit up. Feel the weight of the night around you. Feel the silence. And let yourself experience the presence of Allah. Let yourself feel that you are not alone. Because you are not. Allah is with you. And this, my beloved brothers and sisters, is where everything changes. Because the moment you truly understand that you are never alone, that Allah is always with you, that He is closer to you, that He is closer to you than your own jugular vein, everything shifts. Your fears become smaller. Your worries become manageable. Your struggles become bearable. Because you are no longer carrying them alone. You are carrying them with the support of the most powerful, the most merciful, the most loving being in existence. And if you have that support, you can do anything. You can become anything. You can transform your life completely. This Ramadan is not just another month. This Ramadan is an invitation to wake up, an invitation to change, an invitation to discover who you truly are when you finally stop running and finally start listening and finally start listening. And I am here to tell you that this invitation is not an accident. The fact that you are hearing this message right now is not a coincidence. This is Allah calling to you. This is Allah saying to you, before the month ends, before the year ends, before your life ends, turn to me, connect with me. Let me show you what is possible when you surrender to me. And so we move now into the deeper layers of what happens in the night. The actual transformation that occurs, the way that Tahajjud reshapes your entire being, the way that dua opens doors that you cannot even imagine. We move into the part where everything that you have learned in this first half becomes real, becomes alive, becomes active in your life. Because understanding is important, but action is everything. There is a verse in the Quran that I want to share with you. It says, "And from the night, keep vigil with it as an additional effort for you. It may be that your Lord will raise you to a praised position." This verse is describing Tahajjud, and it is telling us something profound. It is saying that Allah will raise you. He will elevate you. He will give you a position of honor, but this happens through the night prayer. This happens through the discipline of waking up and connecting with Him. Think about what it means to be raised by Allah. It does not necessarily mean that you will become rich or famous. It means that you will be elevated spiritually. You will be given a level of spiritual consciousness and connection that most people never experience. You will have access to wisdom that others do not have. You will have a peace that the world cannot understand. You will have a certainty about who you are and what you are doing that very few people possess. And this elevation is available to you right now. It is available through the night. It is available through prayer. It is available through connection with Allah. So let me be very clear about what I am inviting you to do. I am inviting you to participate in a revolution that happens in the quiet of the night, a revolution that has been going on for over 1,400 years, a revolution that has transformed countless lives, a revolution that can transform your life. But you have to choose it. You have to say yes to it. You have to wake up when called. And yes, it will be difficult. Yes, your bed will feel comfortable and warm, and the darkness outside will feel welcoming. Yes, your body will be tired. Yes, there will be many reasons to stay asleep, but you will do it anyway because you have realized something more important. You have realized that the comfort of your bed is nothing compared to the comfort of being close to Allah. You have realized that the warmth of your blanket is nothing compared to the warmth of His presence. You have realized that sleep is nothing compared to the spiritual awakening that comes from connection with Him. And so this is where the real transformation begins. This is where your intention meets action. This is where your words become deeds. This is where your desire to change becomes your actual changed life. And it all starts with one moment. One moment when you wake up and you choose to get out of bed. One moment when you choose the night over sleep. One moment when you choose Allah over comfort. One moment that repeated night after night will remake your entire existence. The last third of the night is when the veil between you and Allah becomes thinnest. It is when your dua has the most power. It is when your tears have the most healing quality. It is when your repentance has the most transformative force. This is not something that I have invented. This is something that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught. This is something that Muslims have known and practiced for centuries. And now it is your turn. Now it is your moment to step into this spiritual reality. Y'all is listening right now in this moment as you hear these words. Allah is listening to you. He is listening to the doubts in your heart. He is listening to the questions that you have not asked anyone. He is listening to the dreams that you have not told anyone about. He is listening to the pain that you have been carrying. He is listening to the hope that refuses to die inside you. And He is saying to you, I hear you, I see you, I know you, and I am calling you to come back to me. This is the moment. Not next week, not next month, not next year, not after you have gotten yourself together. Right now, this moment, as you are reading these words, is the moment to respond to the call. This moment is the moment to make the decision that will change everything. This moment is the moment to say yes to your spiritual transformation. Forgiveness is the gift that Allah gives to those who ask. And the night is when He is most ready to give this gift. The night is when He is inviting you to pour out everything that you have been keeping inside. He is inviting you to confess. He is inviting you to ask for forgiveness. And He is telling you in advance that He will give it. He will not hold grudges. He will not punish you for your past. He will simply forgive you, and you can start again. How many times have you said to yourself, I am going to change tomorrow? How many times have you made resolutions that you did not keep? How many times have you felt that you were trapped in a cycle of repeating the same mistakes? And each time the guilt grew, and the shame deepened, and the sense of hopelessness increased. But I am telling you that there is a way out of this cycle. The way out is through the night. The way out is through connection with Allah. The way out is through the kind of sincere dua that comes from a broken heart that is finally ready to submit. Silent tears in the night, tears that fall when no one is watching, tears that express what words cannot express. These tears are sacred. They're a form of worship. They are a way of communicating with Allah that is purer than any words. And when you have cried these tears, when you have finally let out what you have been holding in, something inside you heals. Something that was broken becomes whole. Something that was lost is found. And you are never quite the same again. I want to speak to the people who are struggling right now. You are struggling in your relationships. You are struggling in your work. You are struggling with your mental health. You are struggling with addiction. You are struggling with depression. You are struggling with a sense of meaninglessness that will not go away. And you have tried everything. You have gone to therapy. You have taken medication. You have tried to distract yourself. You have tried to run away. but nothing has worked. Nothing has filled the void. And I want you to know that what you are experiencing is actually an invitation to something greater. Your struggle is an invitation to connect with Allah in a deeper way. Your pain is pointing you toward the solution. Your emptiness is calling out to be filled by something real. In the night is where this filling happens. In the silence and the darkness, in the moment when you finally stop running and finally sit with yourself, this is where healing occurs. Life transformation through the night is not theoretical. It is practical. It is real. It has happened to thousands upon thousands of people. It has happened to people who were addicted to drugs and alcohol, and they woke up in the night and they cried. And they asked Allah to help them, and they were freed from their addiction. It has happened to people who were suicidal, who wanted to end their lives, who saw no point in continuing. And they woke up in the night and they felt the presence of Allah. And they realized that their lives had meaning and they were saved. It has the meaning and they were saved. It has happened to people who were broken in their relationships, who had severed connections that seemed impossible to repair. And they woke up in the night and they cried and they prayed and something miraculous happened and their relationships were restored. These are not stories that I am making up. These are testimonies that I have heard from real people like you. People who were in pain and found their way out. People who were lost and found their way back. People who were dead inside and came alive again. And the common thread in all of their stories is the same. They turned to Allah in the night. They stopped running. They stopped hiding. They stopped pretending that everything was fine. They faced their truth and they asked Allah to help them. And He did. So I am asking you, right now, are you ready? Are you ready to stop pretending? Are you ready to face your truth? Are you ready to turn to Allah? Because He is waiting. He has been waiting. He will keep waiting. But also, He wants you to know that He is there. He wants you to know that you are not alone. He wants you to know that everything that you are carrying, all of the pain and the shame and the guilt and the fear, He can take it from you. He can transform it. He can turn it into wisdom and strength and purpose. And it all begins in the night. It all begins when you wake up and you choose to be present. It all begins when you stop running and start listening. It all begins when you make a sincere dua and you pour your heart out before the Creator of the heavens and the earth. Becoming closer to Allah is the purpose of your life. Everything else is secondary. Your job, your family, your friends, your possessions, all of these things are important, but they are not your purpose. Your purpose is to know your Creator and to be close to Him. Your purpose is to become the best version of yourself in service of His will. Your purpose is to live in a way that pleases Him and brings you peace. And the amazing thing is that when you focus on this purpose, when you make this your North Star, everything else falls into place. Your relationships improve because you are guided by wisdom. Your work becomes more meaningful because you understand that it is not just for money, it is a form of worship. Your life becomes manageable because you have submitted to something greater than yourself. You are no longer fighting against the current. You are swimming with it. You are aligned with the purpose of your existence. This alignment is what brings peace. This is what brings joy. This is what brings meaning. This is what transforms your entire life. And it all happens in the night. It all starts with the decision to wake up and connect with Allah. Change after Ramadan is a choice. Many people will let Ramadan end and will go back to their old lives. They will stop praying Tahajjud. They will stop making extra dua. They will stop making extra dua. They will stop reading Quran. They will stop being intentional. And by the end of the year, they will be exactly where they were before. But you do not have to be one of these people. You can choose differently. During Ramadan, you can build habits that will last. You can establish a connection with Allah that will not fade when the month ends. You can make changes that will become a permanent part of who you are. But you have to decide this now. You have to say to yourself, I am not gonna let this be a temporary change. I am not gonna go back to my old life. I am going to carry forward the spiritual progress that I have made. And here's how you do it. You do it by continuing to wake up in the night. You do it by continuing to pray Tahajjud, even if it is not during Ramadan. You do it by continuing to read Quran. You do it by continuing to remember Allah throughout your day. You do it by reviewing the insights that you have gained and reminding yourself of why they matter. You do it by surrounding yourself with people who will support your spiritual growth. You do it by protecting your time and your energy from things that will pull you away from your purpose. This requires discipline. This requires commitment. This requires you to say no to some things. But the reward is a life that is real and meaningful and aligned with who you truly are. The reward is a life that brings you peace and joy and purpose. The reward is a life that you do not have to hide from anyone. A life that you can be proud of. A life that means something not just to you, but to the people around you and to Allah. So let me ask you something very directly. What is one thing that you are going to do differently this Ramadan? What is one change that you are going to make? Is it waking up for Tahajjud? Is it reading more Quran? Is it being more kind to the people around you? Is it addressing a relationship that has been broken? Is it letting go of an addiction? Is it finding your purpose? Pick one thing, just one thing, and commit to it. Really commit to it. Not just say that you are going to do it, but actually do it. Actually make the change. Because that one change is the beginning. Because that one change is the beginning. That one choice, repeated consistently, will lead to other choices. That one change will create momentum. That one change will shift your entire life. And before you know it, you will be a completely different person. You will have created a life that is aligned with your values. You will have built a connection with Allah that is unshakable. You will have found the peace and the meaning that you have been seeking. And this is the promise of Ramadan. This is the gift that this month offers to you. And the time to claim it is now. Not next Ramadan, now. This Ramadan, this moment. The deep emotional reflection that I want to leave you with is this. Your life is passing. Time is moving faster than you realize. The days are flying by. Before you know it, you will be old. Before you know it, you will be near the end of your life. And then you will wish that you had lived differently. You will wish that you had made time for what truly matters. You will wish that you had invested in your relationship with Allah. You will wish that you had become the person that you knew you could become. But it does not have to be this way. You still have time. You still have the opportunity to change. You still have the choice to wake up and live differently. And Ramadan is giving you a window. This month is a gift from Allah, a chance to pause, a chance to reflect, a chance to reflect, a chance to reset, a chance to reset, a chance to start over. So please, use this time wisely. Please, do not waste this month. Please, do not let it pass you by. Please, wake up when called. Please, connect with Allah. Please, start the journey toward becoming the person that you were always meant to be. But guys, this Ramadan might be your last. And the time to change is not later. The time to change is now. The time to wake up is now. The time to connect with Allah is now. The time to connect with Allah is now. And as you close your eyes tonight, and as you prepare for sleep, I want you to feel something in your heart. I want you to feel something in your heart. I want you to feel a stirring, a call, an invitation. I want you to hear Allah saying to you, wake up for me, come and talk to me. Let me show you what is possible when you truly submit to me. Let me heal your heart. Let me transform your life. Let me make you into the best version of yourself. And I want you to respond to that call. I want you to say yes. I want you to up. I want you to connect. I want you to change. I want you to live. Really live, not just exist, but actually live with purpose and meaning and connection to something greater than yourself. This is the promise of the night. This is the power of Tahajjud. This is the gift of Ramadan. And this is your moment to claim it. Your moment is now. May Allah open your heart. May Allah wake you when you sleep. May Allah accept from you. May Allah transform your life. May Allah bring you closer to Him with every breath that you take. And may this Ramadan be the turning point. May this be the month that changed everything. May this be the beginning of your real life. The life that you were always meant to live. The life where you are truly connected to your Creator. The life where you are truly home.